The mind is really only good at doing one thing at a time. Even people that say they're really good at multitasking, or they're just really good at switching tasks, right? There is somehow this three-dimensional sense of awareness that is capable of observing and experiencing everything simultaneously, inside, outside, through, out. And that is the moment where people have this sense of emptiness. It can take some time to get there because the intellect is, it's just a really hard wired cycle. And when those beliefs are running really hard, doubts might arise too. It might say, hey, you're doing this wrong, or hey, you're supposed to be inside the car, now you're outside the car. That's okay. I think what tends to happen initially on a spiritual journey is there's a sense of resisting or pushing against thoughts, because there's this understanding that, oh, that thoughts are somehow in the way. I'd like to introduce the idea that thoughts do belong because they're here. Everything that is here belongs. Anytime we say it doesn't, it's absurd. It would be like the ocean being pissed off that it's wet. It's just the ocean. And so part of that process can just simply be getting to a place where you have a notice of things without having any sort of judgment around it. And that doesn't actually take very long if you are dedicated to just going, oh, that's a thought, and then moving back into the sensations. Oh, that's a judgment, moving back into the sensations. And what that does is that says, okay, I'm seeing how this thought or this judgment is somehow connected to this sensation in the body. The remarkable thing is, and I think we know this on a visceral level, we're actually emotional creatures. And so no matter how much we live in our heads and say that, oh, I'm very intellectual or I'm very rational, we're attempting to bypass the fact that most of what drives us tends to have an emotional quality. And you can see this through advertising as well. I used to have an acting background, and in advertising theory, the whole point was to either make people feel fear that they're going to lose something that they have, or fear that they're going to miss out on something that they really want. And you can see even in the political nature and a lot of things, even the scientific community, there's an emotional aspect of these pursuits. And so just really allowing ourselves to settle into the fact that I am what I am, and that's it. It can be really useful.